back ride. Look, I'm from the north side. If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna with me, then I'ma have him stuck. Looking bad and got a stupid butt. Jewelry on your wrist, you hold it up. When I holler ski, that me pull up. Cars 10 and 5, and they fast as I'm looking good when I'm hopping out that truck. Where the hood that they get them bucks.
Hey yo, I drop a bag on the roads with the Tim tags. My niggas lock scamming money out they pen pals. I know a bitch busted open in the club. Introduce you to the plug, 10 plates for like 10 cash. I got a call, told him meet me in the back streets. Got out the Jeep just to f*** him in the backseat. I'm not impressed, I said yo the D mad weak. Hit my niggas up, I got him robbed in that beat. I tell him that he had the chance of a lifetime. Who wanna be a millionaire? I'm your lifeline. These bitches always checking for me like a Nike sign. He's always frontin' when they only take some light time. Beep, 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 is that bleep? Is that you talking to me? Is that deep? If I don't even know you exist, is that beef? When niggas get their jaw broke, is that teeth? Murder, 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 murder. Murder, 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 murder. Murder, 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 murder. Murder, 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 murder.
Okay, there we go. Hello, dear audience, and welcome to Grand Prix Talk, the show where we bring a rubber ducky mindset to the Patricio Award, better known as Pato Award, World of Motorsport.
That's my favorite one now.
We've got a favorite comparison here. Welcome everybody to the IndyCar preview.
Woo!
I know, right? IndyCar is so back. That's our main subject for today, so stay tuned for that. Folks, welcome to Grand Prix Talk. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Sergio Morales. I'm joined by my co-host Kaylee Gallagher and our other co-host Zachary Durham.
Howdy, howdy.
Folks, it's a big weekend in racing going on this week, so
I know there's a race going on right now.
Literally
folks.
right now.
Right now.
I'm looking at it.
Yep, right outside of the 22 West, like right here where we're broadcasting. We've got FI World Endurance Championship racing going on right now, and
it's time, Sergio.
And it looks like the Ferraris are 1 and 2 as we speak.
Did someone say Ferrari?
Ferrari.
I think I did. She's doing it. Yeah, she's doing it.
1, 2, baby, let's go.
There's still. She's acting like the race is over, but there's like 40 minutes left.
There's plenty of time. I like the nationalism. It's a great national anthem.
It is, right? It's a great national anthem.
See, as the footy fan, when I hear that, I think of the Euro 2020 when Italy won. And, I mean, they went viral for, every game they line up and sing their national anthem before the game starts. And the starting 11 for Italy, every game, we're belting it from the soul.
My favorite version is the Italian national anthem from when Charles won at Monza this past year.
Because, of course, it is.
Well, no, because it's the one that sounds like the best. That version of all the tifosi and the Ferrari winning at home, chef's kiss. Anyways.
I got nothing.
1, 2 Ferrari, baby.
With 50 minutes left in the FI World Endurance Championship race in Qatar. Stay tuned, folks. After the show, we will share the results and see if Kaylee's going to walk out of here feeling happy and excited or in bitter disappointment.
Doesn't matter. I'm happy and excited anyway because IndyCar's back.
Let's go. IndyCar's back, everybody. Okay, let's dive into today's show. We have a lot to cover. Our off-track history fact for today, folks. Maybe you knew about this. On February 28th of 1986, the MLB got involved in a scandal that maybe the co-host knows a little bit more about.
I do know. On this day, PEDs and suspensions relating to steroid usage was happening in the MLB, and it wouldn't be the first time that...
Or the last.
Or the last. Still to this day, is there issues regarding steroids. Sorry, I heard Elle talking. And
Yeah.
Elle couldn't join us today.
yeah.
She's got other duties to attend to.
Yep.
Yes.
So, shout out Elle. Anyway, that is our off-track history. On-track history, happy birthday, Mario Andretti.
Yay!
This man was born February 28th of 1940.
Damn.
I know. Wait, does anyone want to do a little bit of math? Subtract 2025 minus 1940.
84? 85?
85. Right? 85.
Damn, Andretti.
He's born the same year as my grandparents.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite something. And he's still driving that Honda 2-seater.
Yeah.
Impressive.
It's impressive, man.
Grandpa still got it, y'all.
Yeah. Unc still got it.
Grandpa.
Grandpappy.
Grandpappy.
Pappy can still drive.
Pappy
Yep.
can still drive.
All right, folks. Well, today we are kicking things off with Formula One preseason testing. That has just wrapped up for the 2025 preseason, I guess you can say. And I composed a list of our top drivers from over the course of the whole 3 days. Do you want to walk us through it, Kaylee?
Yes.
Starting from the bottom.
I will walk us through it. All right. Oh, what the? All right. At the bottom. Okay, first off, let me preface. Testing means nothing on how a team's performance is going to do in the season. But now, starting at number 11, Sergio Morales
Hey.
of S Motorsports.
Smarter Sports. Everyone and their grandma gets it
Sports.
wrong.
Oh, I didn't know it was Smarter Sports.
Okay, you know what?
Motorsports.
You get a pass.
I didn't know. I just saw SM. I thought it was... Okay, pronounced Motorsports.
Close enough.
Like Smorstagram.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
Schwartzborg.
Slash Ford Performance with a lap time of 1:30 and 0.848 seconds, which is a minute and a half off.
Hey.
A second and a half off
There we go.
of Charles Leclerc and the Scuderia Ferrari HP. He did a lap time of 1:30.811. Was a second. Was about
That's wrong.
What?
You got it wrong. You got it wrong. I'm 1.5 seconds behind P1. Charles Leclerc is 1.463.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I was trying to segue into it. I forgot that's how they're done.
And she tried to say that I was a minute behind Charles Leclerc. Like, we get it. You love Leclerc. We get it, Kaylee.
That was more just to poke fun at you, Sergio.
Can't even
Say
root
you're
for
a
the
minute.
can't even root for the co-host in here. Go
I
on.
can. It's all right. It's good natured teasing. If I don't tease you, it means I don't like you.
We love everybody and their
Yeah.
grandma in this studio.
See?
All right. It's all
We
fun
have
and
some
games
good
here.
natured teasing over here. It's great.
Ain't
All
that right,
right.
Zach?
Huh?
Sorry.
Ain't that right?
That's so right.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Proceed.
Esteban Ocon was P9 in the Haas F1 team, which they are profitable for the first time in years. He is 1:30.728. He is Lord, I can't think. He's second.
1.38.
Yeah, he's 1.38 of a second. I feel like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it that way instead of reading the whole number. Yuki Tsunoda and the Visa Cash App Red Bull, or the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. Sorry.
Did we not learn our lesson from the
V-Carb.
F1 livery reveal?
No,
We clearly did not.
they are. I'm just gonna call them
V-carb.
AlphaTauri.
Okay. that's fair.
AlphaTauri is Yuki Tsunoda. 1 minute 30.497, and he was about 1 1/10 of a second off of P1. Pierre Gasly in the BWT Alpine was 1:30.040. He was 6/10. I believe that's the right way of saying that.
Yeah.
6/10 off of P1. Oscar Piastri in the McLaren
Hey, Zach.
was set a lap time of 1:29.940. He was 0.5 off of P1. Lewis Hamilton in the Scuderia Ferrari HP came in with a lap time of 1:29.379. He was 0.3 of a second off P1. Alex Albon in the Williams was 1 minute 29 seconds
129.65.
Yeah, 0.65. And he was 0.3 off as well of first place. Max Verstappen in the Oracle Red Bull Racing. That's a mouthful. was
That
a
is not a
minute
mouthful.
0.29, 0.566. He was 0.2 off of P1. George Russell and the Mercedes AMG was 1 minute 29.545, and he was 0.1 off of P1. And P1 was Carlos Sainz Jr., but everybody just calls him Carlos Sainz.
I certainly do.
In the Williams, and he had the overall lap time of 1.29348. So a minute 29.348. And I believe that is the fastest time Williams has set at Bahrain testing.
Respectable. Mind you, that lap time was on the second day of preseason testing.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not, I don't remember which session it was, but it was in the second day. That's when Carlos Sainz set that fastest lap. So, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it's preseason testing. Anything can happen. But, I mean, if I'm Williams, I'm looking at this and thinking like, we can build off of something here. Just my thoughts.
Well, I was just, you said Carlos was fastest on day 2, set that fastest time. He also drove 126 laps that day. Like, he was out there really getting a feel for the car. And then day 3, Albon, same thing, top 3 fastest times, over 100 laps. I mean, he's been on the team a little longer than Carlos. Carlos had more adjusting to do right off the bat, where I think Alex is going to need to adjust to where the mechanics are bringing the car up to. Because, I mean, I think Williams, this is where they need to take that leap.
Yeah.
From kind of one of the bottom 2 to 3 teams to kind of that mid-tier competing with Alpine and Haas.
Williams was a mid-tier team towards the end of last season.
Yeah.
They have potential. And now with Carlos Sainz, like, this dude has won races with Ferrari, mind you. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
he knows what he's doing, but
Yeah.
the car is definitely different. Don't expect Carlos to be on the podium, you delusional Williams fans.
I can see it happening. I think that would be very good
Honestly,
for not just for obviously be good for him, but I think it'd be really good for the sport.
I think it'd be good for the sport, yeah, but I'm so sick and tired of hearing the Carlos Sainz fans on Twitter
Sainz?
well, Carlos went through HE double hockey sticks to help make that Ferrari better. I'm like, dude, no. I'm like, Charles took the brunt of those HE double hockey sticks stints. That's tongue twister. So I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of them on Twitter right now.
dragging a tractor to the top of the field.
Kaylee doesn't want to hear that narrative.
I don't want to hear the narrative, all right? Charles was the golden boy, and yet he still suffered worse.
I got nothing.
Yeah, see?
I got nothing. Like, I wasn't about to start. I'll let Kaylee start instead with her 6 Kaylee bombs that she's brought
6
onto
Kaylee
the
bombs
field
is
this
having
evening.
fun. I'm going to just run through. We talked about the Monaco Grand Prix on Monday. It is now official to become a mandatory 2-stop race in all conditions.
This is the most Forza Motorsport thing I've ever heard.
So what this means is no matter rain, shine, well, I don't think it snows in Monaco, but
No.
even if it
No.
snowed, doesn't matter. 2 stops, mandatory. There's no changing it. So each driver will have to pit twice.
And then I saw something that they have to, obviously they'll have to change tire compounds twice.
Yes.
Do they have to use all 3, soft, medium, hard, or can they go soft, medium, back to soft?
They won't have to use all 3 compounds.
Okay.
They have to change compounds at least once,
Like usual.
and then it's a 2-stop race, so they have to stop twice.
So
That's the only big
they can
change.
start on mediums, then they can go to softs, and then they go back to mediums if they wanted to?
Yeah. The tire thing is they only have to change compounds once. The big thing is they have to now stop twice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you think there's any other tracks that could benefit from an extra stop? I mean, we know what their explanation is as to why they added the second stop, because there's no overtaking in Monaco.
Yeah.
I think this could help out. We're going to have to see.
I would
It's a
say
trial run.
If something were to become another 2-stop, Spa in the rain specifically.
Probably.
But they just need to stop racing in the rain at Spa, unfortunately. The past 2 times
It's been
that's
disastrous.
poured, it's been disastrous for teams and dangerous for drivers. But that's the only thing I could see them doing a 2-stop in the rain for, to at least make it somewhat safer. But the FIA is, well, the
Shady.
FIA.
The FIA, yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm going to skip over the one and come back to it. Susie Wolf
Toto Wolff?
FIA.
Toto Wolff's
Well,
wife.
no.
Huh?
Susie Wolff is her own woman.
Oh.
F1 Academy director and manager. She's not just Toto's wife. She also raced as well.
Okay.
She is eyeing a bid to become the FIA president in an upcoming election.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
As you guys know, there is some drama as the FIA tried to open an investigation about her back last season about her sharing confidential documents with her husband, Toto. And basically that's when all the F1 teams came out and said, like, yeah, we didn't snitch, LOL, we love Susie. And then she opened up a lawsuit against the FIA for that kind of treatment, I think, in France.
well.
And so now she may be eyeing a bid for the upcoming election, which is this year. It's election year for the new FIA president. But a lot of people have some skepticism with this, saying it is a huge conflict of interest because of who her husband is.
I personally feel like it might also be seen as sort of a hostile takeover, just given the history that Susie Wolff and the FIA have with one another.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of sounds, at least somewhat, a little bit like a hostile takeover. But, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to give too much commentary into this just because reasons. But I will say this. We'll see what happens. That's
I
all
don't think
can
it's
really
a hostile takeover necessarily, because she is eyeing a bid and she will campaign fairly and not. A hostile takeover would be if she just went in and had the dude impeached and then took his spot.
That's true.
That's a
true.
hostile takeover. What she's looking to do is do it fairly and in a civil process and looking to take it, which, good for her. I feel like she would make the sport a lot better than
She would.
the current president who's sitting.
After all, you did say that she has a background in racing.
Yes, she does.
That helps.
She'd actually driven a race car compared to our current FIA president, who has never driven a race car in his life.
Well, he has, and he crashed it, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like,
No, he did.
competitively, though.
I'm pretty. Well, you've seen that clip, right?
Yes.
He smashes it into a wall, like maybe not even 100 feet.
POV
Yeah.
the FIA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness
funny.
me. All right, proceed.
All right, next Kaylee Bomb. We're going to go over to the World Endurance Championship that's going on. Aston Martin's debut race, the door came off.
Yeah.
What a disastrous
It
debut.
opened and the door got ripped off its hinges. Aston Martin, that made me laugh when I saw it on Twitter today. I was like, oh my gosh, what a better way to start this.
The Ribbit car really did not do so good, unfortunately.
Nope.
That door came off. It was sad. I would like the frog car, man. The frog car.
Yeah, the frog car.
Man.
Next Kaylee Bomb, as we have this one and then two more, we're going to talk about Drive to Survive, which launches March 7th, and they have released their episodes and their descriptions. Episode 1 is called Business as Usual. Ahead of the new season, the drama has already begun. Lewis Hamilton makes a drastic decision, which is almost overshadowed by a shocking allegation.
I wonder
So
what
I
that
wonder, it's going to talk about Hamilton's announcement to Ferrari, and most likely Christian Horner is what I'm assuming is going to be a shocking allegation. Or it may be Susie Wolff's allegations of her doing all that stuff. Episode 2 is called Frenemies, which they stole our segment name.
Hey, literally, right? Netflix, we need to talk. We need to talk.
That one's description is Lando Norris has spent his career coming second to Max Verstappen. Can this be the year he overtakes his friend and makes a bid for the championship? Episode 3 is looking out for number 1. Without Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes has a seat to fill for 2025. George Russell thinks he's ready to step up to lead driver, but does Toto Wolff agree? So that episode's probably going to focus on Mercedes and all that. Episode 4 is Carlos Sainz. Drop from Ferrari, Carlos Sainz is a big decision to make for next season. As two teams vie for his attention, he gets a call from an old friend, which I'm assuming, I did see the trailer, and it did have James Vowles in his hotel room. So I wonder if we're finally going to get the hotel room lore of James Vowles being in there.
Interesting.
Being weird. Episode
Pause.
5 is
Pause.
going to be a personal favorite. Le Curse of Leclerc. It's the Monaco Grand Prix, and all eyes are on Charles Leclerc. With his country's hopes hanging on his shoulders, the pressure starts to get to him. So that'll be an episode on his Monaco win, which I think is great. Episode 6, Wheels of Fortune. The Constructors' Championship is within McLaren's grasp. The car's performing, the drivers are excelling, but their strategy might hold them back. So that's going to be a very McLaren-central episode. Episode 7, In the Heat of the Night. 5 of Formula One's most famous drivers and lifelong friends film their behind-the-scenes experience of the brutal Singapore Grand Prix. I believe this was Albon, Russell, and Leclerc who had some stuff. I don't remember who of the other two, but they were vlogging a little bit, so I'm assuming that's what this is going to be.
Interesting.
Episode 8, Elbows Out. After a record-breaking 2023, Red Bull has a lot to live up to, with one driver slowing the team down. Veterans and newcomers alike battle for his seat. So I'm assuming that is probably going to be Checo and maybe Daniel.
The disrespect.
Bro.
The disrespect.
I'm
The
so, that was
disrespect.
very messed up, but I think that's who it's going to be about.
Ouch. Ouch.
Netflix really came for you guys.
That's tough.
They're going after me and Zach. All right. Like,
Hey, I love Daniel as much as the next person and Checo, so that's messed up.
I know. Like they're going after us, but Kaylee here gets a whole episode on Charles Leclerc and his Ferrari win in Monaco.
Well, yeah. All right, I'm not gonna argue that.
I'm messing around.
I have very valid points on why that should have been a whole episode, and it was. So
No, like there's no argument about it. The whole
Okay,
lore and just like
good.
he's the first since Louis Chiron to win Monaco. I just said that just to ruffle feathers with our co-host. That's all it is. Anytime.
See? Lighthearted teasing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just make something very clear. Anytime that I just dunk on Ferrari, it's just to ruffle feathers.
Yep.
That's all it is. I actually think, of course, the history and everything. Come on, you can't go wrong. Okay, Kaylee, proceed.
All right. Episode 9, Under New Management. Haas has a new principal. Alpine has welcomed back to Legend of the Start. Between them, the rivals are locked in a battle worth of millions of dollars. I don't know where Haas got $1 million, but
Toyota.
all right. And then episode 10 is called Endgame. As the season nears its climax, the outcome hangs on a knife edge. Can underdog McLaren stand a chance against the powerhouses of Ferrari and Red Bull? Spoiler alert, we know how that ends. And those are the 10 episodes that Drive to Survive are going to put out for season 7.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Maybe we'll give a full season review here on GPT, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe.
We got to do an
Alright.
episode talking about it.
Don't look at the schedule, Sergio. I'm unblocking the redacted information you weren't allowed to see.
My screen is black,
Perfect.
so you're fine.
Redacted.
All right. I saw this earlier. We've talked about her on the show before. Abby Pulling is not to renew her contract with Alpine for F1 Academy this upcoming season.
Oh, we knew.
Oh, you knew?
Yeah, remember that in F1 Academy, you're only allowed to compete for 2 seasons. That's the main reason why Bianca Bustamante will not be returning either.
I know, but Abby Pulling did not renew her contract with Alpine, period. Not even just for Academy. She's not an Alpine driver.
Isn't
not
she
in their driver development program anymore.
Oh, okay, that's new. Well, she's going somewhere else, no? Like I think like GB3 or something, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, but she posted on her Twitter that she did not renew her contract with Alpine.
Not another one. Hey, remember Oscar Piastri's?
Yeah,
It reminds me a lot of that.
that's
Hey,
true.
I
So,
have not renewed my
Abby
contract.
Pulling, man.
That'd be kind of eerily similar if she ends up at McLaren, like Oscar did.
Low key, I mean, let's remember Bianca Bustamante is not associated with McLaren anymore. Or, no,
She's gone,
still-
but I don't
Yeah,
think.
but
I think it
she
was a
shouldn't-
mutual. It was mutual. I don't think anyone wanted to work with
I don't
her.
think it was mutual. I think it was they just
Beef.
didn't want to work with her because of her very disgusting comments that she's made
against Stroll, right?
against Stroll.
I think I do remember that.
And she's not a good person.
Yeah, it was like a toxic relationship that you just got to rip the Band-Aid off. I'm sure
Yeah,
that's how McLaren viewed it. But yeah, like you said, maybe this Alpine girl can come in and replace her.
To be fair, if you've ever seen how Abby Pulling races
Mm-hmm.
in F1 Academy, there was no contest whenever she pulled up to the racetrack. The only drivers that I can think of that even came remotely close were Dorian Pine and who was the other one? I think Chloe Chambers got something, whether it was a pull or a race win somewhere in that season. But, dude, Abby Pulling had just an iron grip on the F1 Academy season last year. So if anyone deserves like that type of developmental support from any big F1 team, it's her.
Yeah, and I feel like McLaren's kind of becoming like the spot to be in right now if you're a free agent in motorsport, you know. Obviously that's bias coming from a McLaren fan.
We know.
You know, I just feel like, you know, it's the perfect storm to kind of make that happen. So
absolutely. Well, Kaylee, thank you for your Kaylee bombs.
Nope, there's one more.
Oh, we got
There's
one more.
another one?
There's one
That's
more
right.
that I wanted to say.
She did
for
tell
last.
you. She did say she had a bonus one.
I had one more that I was going to save for last
I thought that
because
was
this
all.
is this one is going to be the one that we're going to actually spend time talking about.
Bonus content.
This one is Lewis Hamilton is now in his villain arc. So if you don't know, Lewis
Ooh.
Hamilton has just did a Times Magazine article where he was quoted, where it was asked that Hamilton, quote, insists Toto Wolff's remark about him having a shelf life doesn't bother him. He points to athletes like Tom Brady and LeBron James who have achieved their success into their 40s. Quote, don't ever compare me to anybody else, says Hamilton. I'm the first and only black driver that's ever been in this sport. I'm built different. I've been through a lot. I've had my own journey. You can't compare me to another 40-year-old past or present Formula One driver in history because they are nothing like me. I am hungry, driven, don't have a wife and kids. I'm focused on one thing and winning. That's my number one priority.
He was like born in a lab, I think. He was like genuinely.
When I heard this, I was like,
Yeah, he's invested.
And this was against Toto?
This was in regards to Toto's remark last season about drivers having a shelf life. That was directed at Hamilton.
Right.
And this is him saying it doesn't bother him. And he's basically standing his ground finally, saying, don't ever compare me to anybody else in this sport because there's never been anybody like me. This is not something you've heard from Hamilton. Hamilton never
is outspoken like that.
outspoken or boast. And you know what? I'm here for it because he's right.
I like a quote from this Time magazine article written by Sean Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a quote from Hamilton, and I think it's really good. It says, the old man is a state of mind. Of course your body ages, but I'm never going to be an old man.
Yeah.
Like,
he said
it's a mentality. It's between the ears that, like, no, he has so much more to prove, not just to himself, but to the rest of the sport.
Yeah.
And like you said, if he has to become a villain to do that, to prove that point, not just to himself, but to the sport, he's going to do it. And I think it was the perfect time to do so. Red, kind of a villain arc.
Yeah,
you know?
And so it's great because there was also criticism from the broader racing community. Former F1 team owner Eddie Jordan said in a December podcast that it was absolutely, quote, suicidal for Ferrari to drop Sainz from its roster, given the strong working relationship of him and Leclerc. And, quote, Hamilton said, I've always welcomed the negativity. I never, ever reply to any of the older, ultimately white men who have commented on my career and what they think I should be doing. How you show up, how you present yourself, and how you perform slowly dispels that.
Wow.
Hamilton is coming for blood.
Yeah.
And I am here for
He's
it.
going to make his opponent bleed Ferrari red.
I don't really even think this is just one opponent. I think just hearing this and hearing what Hamilton has spoken about his debut, well, unofficially because, it's preseason testing, like what he said about his first month or so at Ferrari, officially driving their car, like to me, this man is just full of just renewed confidence is what it feels like. Like I'm hearing, like I saw what he said about like, it feels like Ferrari has every ingredient, something along those lines, to win the world championship. Hearing that, plus hearing what he said in regards to Toto's comments, I just feel like this man suddenly has just found a newfound sense of confidence in his new team. And with this type of talk that this man is giving up, that this man's giving, I don't think I would be completely out of the blue to have very high expectations for Lewis Hamilton this season. If he's speaking like this dude, mind you, this is a 7-time world champion we're talking about.
Cough, cough, 8. Anyways.
7 as of this episode. If he wins that 8th, that is the ultimate mic drop.
Well, never mind.
She's
I'm
thinking
talking about
2021.
Okay, interesting.
7.5, if you want to get real technical.
7, technically
7
8,
3/4.
but officially 7, unofficially it's 8.
We'll round up.
So, y'all get my point, though. Y'all get my point. If he succeeds with Ferrari, that is an ultimate mic drop. That's all I'm gonna say. So
I got one more thing to add before we should move on.
Go on.
But I'll let you finish.
That was it.
That was it? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to read this last excerpt from this article because it's great. Others, including former Ferrari driver Jack Ixie, have suggested that Ferrari has signed Hamilton primarily for his commercial value. Quote,
No.
I think it is really unfair to Lewis, some of the comments saying this is a marketing operation, says Elkan, the Ferrari chairman. Quote, truth said, Lewis doesn't need that. Ferrari doesn't need that. What we need to do is win championships and do great things on the track. If that happens, what we can do outside of the track in some ways takes care of itself. There's unlimited possibilities, end quote.
Literally, what more commercial value does Ferrari need? They have about possibly the most commercial value of any European car brand. Like, they really do. So that is, whoever said that, buddy, you're wrong. You're wrong. Ferrari does not need any more commercial value. I mean, we're seeing it right here. They sell merch. They sell cars. They're not win on Sunday, sell on Monday like Ford is, mind you. Hey, by the way, check it out.
Boo! No,
What
just
do you
kidding.
mean, boo?
I'm gonna start fighting right here in the studio.
We need a pair of boxing gloves.
Yep.
Nah. Let the racing handle it. Anyway, moving on. What was I gonna say?
Yeah, 1-on-1 sim race.
I'm down.
Take it to the streets.
Maybe not.
IRL, bro. IRL.
I'm going to K1 speed for that. Okay, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
I think we got kind of summarized everything up. Lewis Hamilton's out for villain arc. This is the most outspoken you've ever seen Hamilton, and he also believes that him and Charles are the strongest driver pairing on the grid, which I agree. Not being biased or anything.
I agree, but they have yet to race as teammates yet.
Yes.
I think on
that's true.
paper, yeah, they're the two strongest together, but it's hard to point against. Again, this is going to sound biased, but Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri last year, like, were back and forth of like the beef at McLaren wasn't between those two. It was strategy, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't know how to handle them. You know, I think they have a relationship with each other. It just doesn't get out to the media. Doesn't let that reveal itself. I think they have an understanding of how to race as teammates. Yeah, there was that one lap where Oscar kind of touched Lando on the first lap, overtook his pole position, but he does that every week. They have raced together as teammates before. I think Charles and Lewis have obviously the potential and probably will overtake them as the top teammates, but we got to see how they race on the track together.
I don't think that. Okay, maybe for a little bit, yeah, they're going to work together, but there is no way that I see one wanting to conform to be the number 2 driver. They both want to be number 1.
But that's the thing, is there is never a number 1 or 2 driver at Ferrari because Ferrari doesn't care about the Drivers' Championship. They only care about the Constructors' Championship.
But they did say that they want to prioritize Lewis's. They want to prioritize the 2025 car for Lewis.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think Charles did agree to 1 year, stepping back to allow Lewis to win, and after that, it goes to Charles. But they, as a team, have never been, we need to win the Drivers' Championship. They've always been, we need to win the Constructors' Championship. That's all they care about.
Well, folks, hang on because the season is coming up fast. So we'll find out once the season does begin. Thank you, by the way, for all your Kaylee bombs. That was quite the section there this week. Let's briefly talk about NASCAR. Let's just briefly talk about them real quick, shall we? This coming weekend, NASCAR is headed out to Circuit of the Americas, a Formula One racetrack. Here is a key difference, though. They're not racing on the full NASCAR, on the full F1 track. No. they're actually going to be taking on a whole new configuration. A first for NASCAR overall. What do we think, folks? What do we think? Let's see.
I need to see the new configuration.
I know that they have different tracks. I don't know what it looks like at COTA. Is it like an interior?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here it is. Here's according to Reddit. I'll open an image in a new tab so y'all can see better. Here's what it's gonna look like, and I don't know how to get it up on the live stream. So
hit window capture.
Window capture.
We're gonna
down, right there.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh.
And you're gonna have to open a new. You're gonna have to close. There's one that's open.
Looks like it's
No, the other one.
that one.
Close it.
Okay. Closed.
And then you're gonna have to just copy and paste this one.
Off you go.
No, you have to copy the link and reopen.
Ah, brother. Okay.
I know. Sorry.
Sorry, folks.
So
Technical
close that one
difficulties.
now. Like close it out and then open a new one.
Up here?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you could click.
Oh, yay. We got it working.
And then fix it so it could fit the screen, like on the OBS.
I think I need to stretch it out here. There we go.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And
Thank
then
you
hit
for being
transition.
transition.
And now everybody can see.
There we go.
Wow.
Look at
Thank you,
that.
Kaylee.
Yeah. See?
This is why we have the co-host here. Okay, folks, I shall walk you through the racetrack. So we start here, the start-finish line, which is the same finish line that Formula 1 uses. We go up Big Red, turn 1 over here, which, by the way, is 120 feet in elevation change.
Wow.
Bet you didn't know about that one. That's 40 feet less than full throttle at Six Flags Magic Mountain, for anyone who was interested. After that, turn 2 is a pretty heavy right turn, the same, again, as F1. We go through turns 3, 4, 5, and 6. The S's, again, like F1. Here's the key difference. Turn 6 does not lead into the final S's. It instead leads into a left turn into what looks like a little chicane over here before they take up, like basically almost the entire DRS stretch from the Formula 1 racetrack is gone. Instead, they just take this little thing before they head into turn 12 of the F1 racetrack. Everything else from there on out is the same. So
It's
that's
very
what it looks
interesting to see NASCAR at COTA. I know this is, how many years have they been at COTA now?
I think they first did it in 2021.
Yeah. So they've been at COTA for
4 years.
Little under 5 years now.
Right.
And I'm kind of glad that they're finally shrinking the track, if that makes sense.
They kind of needed it, to be honest.
Because the Formula 1 track is obviously built for Formula 1 cars, and they don't need that long straightaway.
Mm-hmm.
NASCAR thrives on overtaking because they're so jam-packed in normal, like, take Atlanta, for example.
Right.
Or the Daytona 500. A circular track, easier to overtake. This is going to be very interesting for people that don't know NASCAR. If you don't know NASCAR and don't know how to get into it, I would suggest this race is the best race for you to get into it.
You know what it looks like? The one on the bottom? It kind of looks like the Wu-Tang Clan logo.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm noticing.
Yeah.
But I
It's
agree.
like a W, like for W Joey Logano this weekend. I don't know. I don't know where I was going for that. I think, W William Byron. Will Byron.
Willie B. Did
Or-
y'all hear about... Wait, how do we... go on? Were you going to see something?
Oh, I was just going to say, where they cut it off, kind
Yeah.
of on those S curves, normally that right turn, if it was the normal track, that bending right into another S curve, like that's a hard part of the track. So the fact that they don't even have to go through that,
Yeah.
like that's...
What's weird, though, is they cut it off so you guys can see on the screen, there's the two lines. They cut it off at the first line instead of just going one more to that second line.
Mm-hmm.
They would have had to do a switchback.
It would have
It
been
would have been weird.
better for one of the... It's like the final S. They cut it... Or not the final S. The second to last S on the track.
Yeah.
They cut it halfway through. They should have just kept the full S and then straight and then back.
Interesting.
Would have been a bit better. But I'm just glad they shortened it.
Yeah.
The longer F1 track, it's not feasible for NASCAR. Different type of racing. They don't need that long of a track.
They really don't. How do we get back to the cameras?
So then you just hit transition.
Transition. Okay.
There we go. We're back.
All right, y'all. I'm learning. I have some help, so it's all good. All right, folks. So, by the way, did you guys hear about that? William Byron apparently wants to bring Sabrina Carpenter to a race.
I did.
No.
You did send me that, and it was very funny.
Yeah, I
I
find
giggled.
it. Hey, good luck, Willie. Good luck. We're rooting for you, man. We're
Hey,
rooting for you.
if Travis Kelce can get a pop star, Will Byron can for sure.
Willie B, let's get it.
All right.
All right, folks. Now the moment we've all been waiting
Wait,
for.
we forgot to do our predictions.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
For Coda.
Pause. Not the moment you've been waiting for, but one of them anyway.
Time out.
Time out, folks. All right. Predictions for Coda. Shane Van Gisbergen.
Joey Logano.
Who did I say last week? I said Keselowski, I think.
I think you did say Brad Keselowski.
I did say Brad Keselowski. Let's go Joey Logano. I'm going Team Kaylee.
Woo! Let's go. Joey Logano.
Hey.
2-2, baby.
Hey, I got nothing because I actually do root for Logano. I'm just basing myself off of Shane Van Gisbergen because this dude kills it on road courses. Is he even competing this weekend? I think he is.
He has to be. Why wouldn't
He has to be. Man, let me find out. Is Shane Van Gisbergen...
Why wouldn't he not be? Why wouldn't he be racing this weekend?
I don't know. I forgot. I don't know. Okay, it looks like he will be. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, there's no reason he shouldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah, he's up there.
So, yeah, my prediction is SVG is going to do great.
Yippee!
Although,
All right.
of course, Logano, like, come on now. We are,
Joey
I think...
Logano. Please win. Please. Finally. Please.
Porfa.
Por favor. Por favor.
Por favor, mi
Hey.
amor. Please.
Hey, I like that Spanish language, you know, now that I think about it. It's my native language. It's also Pato Award's native language. Wait, did I say Pato Award?
Patito?
Patito? Is that what I said? I think I did.
Patito, mi amor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to IndyCar Race Week. We made it. We made it, everybody.
Race Week, which means I'm going to pull up a photo.
Yep, wait, a photo? Yo, hang on. She's pulling up a photo?
He's going through the archives.
I got 2 photos, actually.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's see them. Let's see them photos.
Well, this one's a video. Pato IndyCar.
Folks, I don't know if you can see from here. I'm going to
No.
put it up to the camera. This is... Oh. Wait, where am I pointing the camera?
That one.
That one. There you go.
It's
Okay,
Pato's
there we
IndyCar.
go.
Oh,
Pato
and-
Awards IndyCar from the Peterson Automotive Museum. Thanks, Kaylee.
Okay, now let me get my Pato photo. La, 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 la.
Patito.
I forgot to bring my signed hat. Dang it.
She forgot to bring everything.
Whoa. I didn't forget to bring everything. I brought the Ferrari jacket.
Okay,
All right.
that. But you know what? I'm
All
just
right,
not gonna go there.
pal.
I'm just not
Buckaroo.
gonna go there.
All right, bucko.
Buckaroo.
No, that's me in Mexico. Where's my GP? Oh, there it is.
Please stand by, folks. We are waiting on our. On that. There we go. Okay, folks. So this is our co-host Kaylee Gallagher with the photo of Patricio Award, no less.
My patito.
All right. Well, with that interesting leeway in, folks, let's talk about IndyCar. So, I want to start off by saying IndyCar just might be one of my favorite racing leagues in the world. For a lot of people, they kind of see it as the baby F1, if you will.
It's like if Formula 1 and NASCAR had a baby, they made IndyCar.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Because IndyCar is gas engines like NASCAR, but open wheel racing like Formula 1.
they also race in ovals like NASCAR
And streets like
and-
Formula 1.
yeah.
And they have a windshield like NASCAR, but also an open top like Formula 1. So like I said, NASCAR, Formula 1, make baby is IndyCar.
Exactly. But fun fact for anyone who maybe didn't know, IndyCar can trace its roots way back to 1911. This was the year that the inaugural 500-mile sweepstakes, the international 500-mile sweepstakes, the inaugural 500-mile sweepstakes
Yes.
was run in 1911. A lad named Ray Haroon ended up being the race winner of that race. He was driving the Mormon Wasp. It was a yellow car, but it was also one of the earliest cars to bring out a rear view mirror, which, I mean, maybe
the
you've
Mormon
used it.
Wasp is such a cool name.
That is.
You've
Banger
used it when
name.
you drive it, you know.
It's up there
Yeah.
with like the Hudson Hornet.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
Hudson Hornet.
Look, man, it's the Hudson Hornet.
Mormon Wasp.
Yeah.
Sounds like, I can't lie, it sounds like the Kirkland brand of the Hudson Hornet. You know how they try to get away from copyright?
Yeah,
Right.
And they went the Mormon Wasp.
Yeah.
Still hard. That's a hard name, I can't lie.
it's a great
That
name.
would make
I
a
love
great
that name.
T-shirt.
Yeah. So that race was held in a little town. Back in the day, it was a little town called Indianapolis.
Oh, yes, the little town of Indianapolis.
The little town of Indianapolis. Over the course of the years, that racetrack, which was, I mean, at that point, it was just simple, nothing more but dirt and road. Eventually, it was paved over with bricks. But that there was a big reason for that, actually, if you'd believe it. It was safety. There was a major safety risk when drivers came to this racetrack. I mean, unfortunately, drivers were regularly dying in major crashes at that, so they had to come up with something, anything at all, that was going to make the racing safer at Indianapolis. Bricks it was, because that's what it was back in the day. This happened in the 1930s. Now, that racetrack did end up being closed down for the 2 world wars. At one point, it was an airfield for warriors in the United States back in World War II. After that, though, racing was able to resume. The racetrack looked like it was about to die during World War II. But through the work of the Holman George family, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which was what it later become, ended up not only surviving, but I would argue it's thriving. Absolutely thriving. The Mormon Wasp that I mentioned earlier, it is now sitting at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum, located inside of the racetrack. The racetrack was repaved over from those bricks way later. I believe it was in the 60s or something. No, it was not in the 60s. It was before that.
So it'd be like the 50s probably.
Somewhere around there. But there is 1 full yard of bricks at the start-finish line at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And mind you, these are the original bricks that were paved way back in the 30s.
And that is where?
The Brickyard. That's where it got its name.
The Brickyard, but also when someone wins the Indy 500, they kiss the bricks.
Mwah.
That, in racing at least, that is the ultimate kiss in racing. Just
That's
saying.
what you
That's
want
the
as a
ultimate
racer.
kiss in life. What do you mean? I'd love to kiss those bricks.
Well, that
Gotta
is.
win the Indy 500.
I was
though.
gonna say that's like every racer's dream, kissing the bricks, drinking the milk.
Yep. And that is how the Indianapolis 500 came to be. Now, I bring this story up because the Indianapolis 500 was really just the one race for what we now know of as IndyCar. Back then, it was like the Indy Racing League, and later, like, what else was it? Champ Car. It took various different identities, including a split in the 90s between Champ Car and the Indy Racing League. In 2008, the two merged back together again to give us the IndyCar that we know and love, with the Indianapolis 500 serving as its milestone event. Since then, the IndyCar has expanded to various cities all across the United States, including Long Beach, California. Mind you,
Home race, baby.
Yep. Long Beach, California, the Milwaukee Mile, which will be returning later this season. Watkins Glen, which it used to race in. I think it should come back. And, of course, St. Petersburg, Florida, which is exactly where IndyCar is about to open up their 2025 season. And St. Petersburg, Florida, the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg is upon us, everybody. I hope I gave a decent description of what
You did
IndyCar
a
was.
phenomenal job. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
you.
you.
Cruising right through that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So that is IndyCar. It is basically a lot of racing series can trace its roots to that, including Formula One, including NASCAR. It all started with IndyCar.
Everybody.
So that is basically a history lesson in IndyCar. So that is exactly why I think you should watch. Because actually, why should we watch IndyCar?
Why?
Why should we watch IndyCar? Kaylee, I'll let you give your argument.
Okay. I think you should watch IndyCar because it's probably the easiest series to digest. NASCAR gets a little complicated with all the new stages and having to keep points and things like that. Formula One gets complicated sometimes with just all the technical information and the engineering of the cars.
And the time zones.
Mm-hmm.
IndyCar is American-based, just like NASCAR.
Eagle noises.
Gun. Yep.
But also, it's a lot easier to digest. They don't have crazy time zone shifts or rule changes that happen or all kinds of stuff. It's pretty cut and dry. And if you're trying to get into racing, this is the series to watch.
Absolutely. Like, that's one of my big reasons why I think you should watch IndyCar. But also, from a talent standpoint, IndyCar's drivers are absolutely, like, these are some of the best drivers that you will encounter anywhere in the world.
Some of them are ex-F1 drivers, and some of them are reserve drivers for Formula One.
Yeah. And there's a history of some drivers that couldn't really do well in Formula One, but they found major success in IndyCar. I point specifically to Marcus Ericsson. That man might sound familiar. That's because he drove at one point for what was then Alfa Romeo Sauber.
Yep.
He has since, even though he left that team, he found a landing spot in IndyCar. He's now won the Indy 500 in 2022.
Yeah.
I did not think that was ever going to happen. Like, that guy winning the Indy 500, not a chance.
And let's talk about Colton Herta, who's on the Mario Andretti Formula One team.
Mm-hmm.
And he is in contention to take over a Formula One seat at the Cadillac coming in next year.
In 2026. And have y'all seen that man's Tokyo Drift at Indianapolis?
Yes.
Remarkable. I'm telling you, like, those guys do not use power steering. And Colton Herta just swerving that thing. Oh, my goodness. Crazy. I watched that race live on television.
Yeah.
Y'all should have seen my jaw just. What? What did this guy just do? And there are other notable drivers who actually, let's just go ahead and talk about him. Kaylee, I'll let you go first. Are there any drivers and or teams that you want to talk about? We already know where this is going.
I would like to talk about the McLaren and Patricio Award, also known as Pato Award, the number 5 driver for the Aero McLaren team, as they are not just known as McLaren. As you guys know, I'm a huge Ferrari fan, and there's no Ferrari in IndyCar.
Nope.
The closest thing I have is Prima, but I like McLaren in IndyCar. It's nice. Pato Award was born May 7th in 1999. He returns to Aero McLaren for his 6th season in IndyCar. As part of the McLaren Development Driver Program, he participated in FP1 with the Formula One team at the 2024 Mexico Grand Prix, which would have been his home race. So that was very special to him. Award is a 2018 Indy Next champion and a 2017 IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car champion. He has 2 Rolex 24 at Daytona class wins and 12 hours of Sebring class win. Off the track, he grew up in Texas after his family moved from Mexico. He enjoys karting, fitness training, especially boxing and weight training, and considers himself a foodie with favorites like chilaquiles and sushi. He resides in Monterrey, Mexico, and Indianapolis, Indiana, and his hometown was Monterrey, Mexico. He drives the number 5 McLaren, and I will give you more details on the team once my computer loads. There we go. McLaren has a storied history in the IndyCar series, winning 3 Indy 500s in 72, 74, and 76. The team returned to the series in 2017, racing with Fernando Alonso. Alonso.
I wonder where I've heard that name before.
In the Indy 500 alongside Andretti Autosport. In 2020, McLaren joined forces with Aero Schmidt Peterson Motorsports, taking majority ownership in 2021 and full ownership before the 2025 season. With 318 starts, 25 wins, 75 podiums, and a best champion finish of 2nd, McLaren is a consistent contender. In 2025, Aero McLaren will field 3 cars: Pato Award number 5, Nolan Segal number 6, Siegel number 6, and Christian Lundgaard. Lundgaard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 7. The team will also field 4 cars for the Indianapolis 500, with Kyle Larson returning for his 2nd attempt at the double. Aero McLaren's shared ambition is simple: to race and win for its peoples, partners, and fans.
That's me. I'm the fan.
Yeah.
Can you when was Pato born? Can you repeat that?
May 7th, 1999.
Wow. Yeah, I am 3 months older than Pato.
Yo,
so
what?
I feel like I should be winning some races. Maybe I should have gone into motorsport all along.
I'm going to give you the other 2 drivers for McLaren real quick. Christian Lundgaard, the 2022 NTT IndyCar Series Rookie of the Year. He enters his 4th full season in the series and first with Aero McLaren. A former Alpine F1 junior, he spent 2 seasons in FIA Formula 2, securing 2 wins and 6 podiums in 2020. Lundgaard has also won the SMP and Spanish F4 championships and claimed victory in F3. Off the track, he is the son of European rally champion Henrik Lundgaard and was introduced to motorsports through go-karting when he won the Danish and European titles. He enjoys golf, watching Netflix, and playing Call of Duty on his Sony PlayStation. He was born July 24th, 2001. His hometown is Hedensted, Denmark, and he resides in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, most of them live in India.
A lot of them live in Indiana. Well, a lot of them live in Indianapolis.
Yep.
Indiana.
No, it's in Illinois.
Oh,
Isn't
really?
it? No,
It's
sorry.
in Indiana.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
I'm tripping. I'm all over the place.
And now Nolan
Siegel.
Siegel, there we go. Nolan Siegel returns to Arrow McLaren for his first full season in the NTT IndyCar Series after making 12 starts, 10 with Arrow McLaren, as a rookie in 2024. Siegel was named 2023 Indy Next by Firestone Rookie of the Year and has secured wins in Indy Next by Firestone, as well as other open-wheel ladder series. He's also excelled in sports car racing, including the 2024 LMP2 class win at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and has competed in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship and World Challenge GT3. Off-track, Siegel enjoys playing guitar, sailing, and working towards acquiring his pilot license. He's been admitted to the Stanford's University Department of Economics, but deferred his enrollment to focus on his racing career. He was born November 8th of 2004. He resides in Indianapolis, Indiana, and his hometown is Palo Alto, California.
Oh, hey, yo, right down the road from us.
Yeah.
On the note of World Endurance Championship, breaking news coming out of the studio right now. The Qatar race for the FI World Endurance Championship is complete. Just now, it has been completed as of recording. The final results: first place, number 50 Ferrari AF Corsa car. Second place, number 83 AF Corsa car. Third place, number 51 Ferrari AF car. Ferrari, I don't know.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, as of the recording of this episode, yeah, Ferrari fully sweep the podium here. Well, actually, over there in Qatar. Yeah,
She's
folks,
really
we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna let the lady have her moment.
Just let it go.
Just give her a moment. Just give her a moment. Okay, we're good. Fourth place is a BMW, and fifth place is a Toyota. Mind you, this is in the overall the hypercar category. We're waiting on the LMGT3 category. Corvette is coming away with the win. Yeah, it's a Corvette. Number 131 for TF Sports. So congratulations, Corvette. And we have a happy Ferrari fan here in the studio. Okay, back to IndyCar racing. Now that she's given her drivers and teams to watch with McLaren, I want to give my team and drivers to watch. I have Team Penske and its drivers as the team to watch, and I have a wild card entry here as the individual driver to watch as well. First off, let's start with Joseph Newgarden. You probably already know the name. You've seen the commercials if you've watched any big sporting event recently on Fox, whether it was the big game or the Daytona 500. You've seen his commercial most likely.
Or just any NASCAR race.
Or just any NASCAR race as of recently on Fox. Joseph Newgarden, well, this man has quite the story. This dude wasn't actually going to go to Formula One racing, or at least that was his goal. That didn't quite happen. So instead, he wound up competing in Indy Lights, capturing 5 wins and 10 podiums out of 14 races in the 2011 season. He clinched the points championship 1 race ahead of the finish. The following season, in 2012, he joined IndyCar, competing for what was then, I believe, Sarah Fisher Racing, back when that was a thing. That was also the first time that I watched IndyCar at all.
Oh.
So you know, same time for the both of us, huh? For the fan and for the driver. Needless to say, his career has been wild, honestly. Over the course of 13 years and 215 races, Joseph Newgarden has won 2 IndyCar championships in 2017 and 2019. He's also won 2 Indianapolis 500s in 2023 and 2024. That makes him the first driver since Helio Castroneves in 2001 and 2002 to win back-to-back Indy 500s. The 2024 race was amazing, spectacular.
Yes. Well,
a race
not
to
for
remember.
me.
The finish was not so good for her, but goodness me, I'm telling y'all, that's got to be your race to watch. That's Joseph Newgarden, the Nashville, Tennessee native, born on December 22nd, 1990. He's 34 years old, and yet he looks like he's 20.
He does look young.
He really does.
He does look like a baby.
Hey, whatever fitness you're doing, man, send some tips. I could use some. Let's talk about one of his teammates, Scott McLaughlin from New Zealand, from Christchurch, New Zealand. That's the name of the little town that he's from.
Wow.
Born on June 10th, 1993, age 31, is Mr. Scott Thomas McLaughlin. He wasn't always an IndyCar driver. Frequently, he actually competed in the V8 Supercars Championship. I know it's called the Australian Supercars Championship and all that, but I know it as the V8 Supercar, so that's what I still call it to this day. And guess who he had to fight in order to get his maiden V8 Supercars Championship? Shane Van Gisbergen.
Wow.
As we know, SVG is now in NASCAR. Scotty Mack has been in IndyCar for the better part of 5 years now. He's run 68 races. His best championship finish has been third. And that happened twice, 2023 and 2024. He's got 7 wins, 19 podiums, and 9 pole positions throughout his career. Should be a pretty interesting driver to keep an eye on. I would say maybe this is somewhat a wild card here. Now I get to talk about the driver that I want to see succeed the most and possibly the best name in motorsports, Will Power. Full name, William Stephen Power, but we call him Will Power for short. This dude is... Okay, if anyone has the most experience in IndyCar, it's probably him. He's probably the Fernando Alonso of IndyCar, one could argue. He was born March 1st, 1981. So actually, tomorrow's his birthday. Happy birthday, Will.
Woo!
Happy early birthday, Will Power. Let's see. He will be turning 44 tomorrow.
Old man.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, right? You would think that, oh, he's an old man. He's not got it. No, sir, Bob. Over the course of 17 years and 272 races that he's run over those 17 years in IndyCar, he's a 2-time IndyCar champion in 2014 and 2022. I watched both of them. You can imagine my reactions. I was a 9 or 10-year-old in 2014. Actually, I was 11. Anyway, moving on. And in 2022, equally thrilling. He also has 42 race wins, 64 pole positions, and 99 podiums. One away from 100. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Just y'all watch. Maybe. Possibly, right? Possibly. He also has an Indy 500 win to his name. That came in 2018. If there's any driver that I can expect to, yeah, granted, he might have the age, but in a good way. It's Will Power for sure. Number 12, Verizon Chevrolet. Keep an eye out for him. Joseph Newgarden will be driving car number 2. Scotty Mack will be driving car number 3. The last driver I want to point out, the defending IndyCar champion, Alex Palou Montalvo, otherwise known as Alex Palou. I want to share something goofy. What? Why are you sighing?
Because he beat Pato.
He did beat Pato.
He did beat Pato. And Joseph also, you know what? I'm just not going to go there.
Come on, man. I was riding a high. Ferrari just won hypercar.
Okay, well, we kind of got to talk about the defending champ here. So,
it's okay. I get it.
So Alex Palou, born April 1st, 1997. This dude is 27, and he is a 3-time IndyCar champion.
That's crazy.
2021, 2023, 2024. I was there when he won that 2021 championship, by the way. It was right here in Long Beach in a COVID-affected season that ended right here at home for us at GPT. That was fun, though. That was a great race. Granted, I'm more of a power fan, but, still. He's also won 12 races, 32 podiums, 8 pole positions. He's competed in various other formulae, such as Super Formula, which is the Japanese version, the Japanese Super Formula Championship, European F3, F2. This dude is all over the books when it comes to open wheel racing. No wonder he's great at IndyCar. That's just my thoughts. But yeah, he's definitely a driver you want to keep an eye on. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his 4th title soon. I really wouldn't, but this dude is just on another level. So much so that for anyone here who plays Mario Kart, whenever I go to the Madrid drive racetrack, that song that starts playing, I start thinking of Alex Palou. That's his theme song. Just saying.
No, makes sense. I get it.
Yep. So, folks, those are some of the drivers and teams that I want to keep an eye on. We got to run through this quick. Do we have any championship predictions?
Pato Award.
Yeah, I'm going to go Pato. I think he gets it done. I think he wins in Indy.
I think he gets his first Indy win, finally, and he wins the championship.
Yeah, I think it's time.
In the same year.
Long overdue.
I'm going to, because I want to say Pato as well, just because I also really want to see that man succeed. I mean, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't want to see Pato Award do well? I'm going to throw him in as one of my predictions, but I also want to throw in some wild cards. Joseph Newgarden and Alex Palou.
Those aren't really wild cards.
Those are not wild cards, no, but any of these 3 really do have the potential to do it. They really do.
I would say that's like the
big 3.
Comparing them to the big 3 in F1 right now. You could say Max,
Lando.
and Charles.
Charles.
You know, obviously Lewis is there, but you know he's not really at the top of his racing level right now.
Pato is like Charles, hasn't won a chip, but has the potential.
Joseph and Alex have done it several times now.
I would say Alex is more like Max.
Mm-hmm.
Newgarden is more like Lando.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yes, they have a championship under their belt, Lando's being a constructor's, but they're just not at the level of, like, Alex Palou or Max.
Fair enough. And, yeah, so those are my predictions. I think we can all agree we want to see Pato do well. We want to see him get those big wins. I'm going to go ahead and say that Joseph Newgarden and Alex Palou could also do either or even both, you know.
Yeah.
These are my 3 drivers to watch. But, of course, willpower. At least I certainly am rooting for you, man.
We got to run through who will win St. Pete, too.
Scotty Mack.
Scotty Mack.
He's done it before. I don't see why he can't do it again.
I think I might go... I'm going to go Noah Siegel.
Nolan Siegel. That would be his first career win.
Nolan Siegel wins at St. Pete.
I'm gonna go with a different Scott. I'm gonna go Scott Dixon.
Why have we not, guys? Why have we not talked about Scott Dixon on this show?
Because we kind of rushed through this.
We got a lot.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot. But I mean,
we can do
he won in Long Beach
IndyCar
last year. He's gonna start
preview
out
part
this year.
2.
At that point, the race is done.
Well,
so
I mean preview of like IndyCar season.
that's fair.
We can talk more about the drivers.
I can't believe I missed Scott Dixon in all this. The 6-time champ.
Yeah, Scott Dixon.
That's my pick.
Scott Dixon's a good pick.
He's and he
That's
still got it.
Unk still got it. Sergio, tell me and the viewers, even though I know where, but tell the viewers, where can we watch
This
NTT IndyCar?
You can watch this and every single NTT IndyCar Series race in 2025 on the Big Fox channel. Check your local listings, folks. For us here in Los Angeles, that is channel 11. So if you're listening from anywhere else, please check your local listings because all of them, all races are going to be on there.
Be on Fox Sports 1.
Oh, that would be qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I think it's also. I think FS1
They bought the rights
listed.
for everything.
Yeah.
Fox Sports have the broadcasting rights.
Oh, on that note, one more thing before we call it a day here. This just dropped on me, by the way. I took a screenshot.
What just dropped? What happened?
Okay, number 1, you know A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez.
Yes.
He's going to be riding the fastest seat in sports this weekend at St. Pete. Take that as you will.
Oh, he's doing one of the hot laps?
Yep, he's going to do one of the hot laps.
I want to do a hot lap.
That'd
I
be
know,
fun,
right?
yeah.
Don't we all want to do one of those hot laps? Number 2,
Who can I reach out
this
to
is
do
something that I didn't see coming, but bravo to IndyCar for doing this.
What?
Let me see. Where is it? I had it in here somewhere. Is it IndyCar on Fox? Please stand by. I am looking for something that I think everyone here will
It's
love.
okay. I have a tidbit of information that I saw earlier that I'll share while you're doing that.
Okay, let's see. Where is it? There's too many posts. Okay, here it is.
Oh, I lost it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so IndyCar on Fox, or presumably IndyCar themselves, they will be streaming an in-car camera across all their social media platforms this Sunday.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Driver POV?
Driver POV across all their social media accounts. And do you want to know whose camera got selected for that?
Who?
Can I get a drum roll, please? Patricio O'Boy.
Yes!
Cue the mariachi.
There it is.
Let's go.
There it is, folks, for you to see. So if you can't tune into the race, man, if you can't tune, I love mariachi. If you can't tune into the race, not a problem. Tune into their social media accounts. You'll get to the POV of Patricio Award. Quack, quack, everybody. So, like I said, don't forget to tune in on Fox. You check your local listings at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That is 12 p.m. on the East Coast, or wherever it is you're tuning in. That was a long episode of Grand Prix Talk now, wasn't it?
Woo!
That was a
Yeah.
great episode of those.
Fantastic
That
episode.
was our 24 hours at Le Mans.
I know, right? So, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Grand Prix Talk this afternoon, and thank you for tuning into the Sports Block. We will be back on Monday night starting at 5 p.m. with what show kicks it off?
We will not be here Monday night.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Is canceled Monday night due to a broadcast. Catch the Dirtbags in action Monday night against Tulane University.
Ooh.
But most importantly, tune in tonight as we're introducing a new show called Dirtbags Baseball Today.
All right. And guess who's going to be there?
It'll be me and Sergio
What's
on
good?
the mic with Brandon Rodriguez and Derek Robert.
B-Rod.
Yeah, D-Rod.
B-Rod.
B-Rod?
B-Rod.
He's D-Rod.
Oh, well, what
His
about
name's-
Brandon?
I said Brandon Rodriguez, and then
B-Rod.
I said D-Rod.
Okay, well.
D-Rob.
All right.
Derek
well,
Robertson.
I'm
There
gonna
we
call
go.
him
Oh, I see.
B-Rob. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, we'll be here starting at 5 p.m. talking all things Dirtbags pregame and postgame show, and we will have that broadcast for you live tonight. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock. Bruce Kuntz and JD will be on the mic for that, so stay tuned, y'all.
See y'all there.
And see you guys there.
See you guys later tonight. Not next week, but also next week. But see you later tonight, folks.
Woohoo!
Feeling anxious about life after graduation? The College of Liberal Arts Internship Program is here to help. We help liberal arts students jumpstart their careers by partnering with hundreds of organizations to host CLA interns. Our student interns gain real-world professional experience that increases their job prospects and makes for an easy transition out of college and into the workforce. CLA Internship Program also offers one-on-one career advising and professional development workshops to help you through every stage of your career. From job searching to writing the resume to managing a work-life balance, we're here to help you succeed. So whether you need help finding the perfect internship or you want to craft the perfect resume and cover letter, CLA Internship Program can help you reach your professional goals. Liberal arts students, if you're ready to start your career, make an appointment today through your Beach Connect or email us at cla-internships@csulb.edu with any questions.
Backhand, flick, scuba, hammer. Just random words? Nope. All different types of throws in Ultimate Frisbee. Long Beach is home to 2 gender-inclusive teams, Pyramid Scheme and No Regrets. Find more information on Instagram at CSULB Ultimate and join the team Discord. No experience? No problem. Frisbee is for everyone. Learn to play a fun new sport, meet some great people, and compete across the state and beyond. Faces change, but physics don't. Join Ultimate Frisbee today.
This is 22 West Radio News. I'm Sammy Cortez. Smorgasbord drew in thousands of Long Beach State students to a carnival experience full of free rides, games, and activities. Attendees were able to try treats like churros, cotton candy, and popcorn, as well as get on rides like the Scrambler, Paratrooper, and Roundup. A large crowd of students participated in the silent disco, simultaneously dancing along to different genres and LED headphones. A caricature artist at the event drew portraits of attendees, and twisted balloon creations were given out at another booth. Various campus organizations tabled at the event, including the Women's and Gender Equity Center, Club Sports and Recreation, and Student Health Services. Freshmen Florence and Naomi were among the many students who attended.
What brought you out to Smorgasbord?
I saw a flyer and it seemed pretty fun, so.
Same, I saw a flyer and I was like looking out my window and I saw stuff, so I went.
And like actually she told me to come, so I don't regret it though. It's definitely like really fun. I like the inflatable things, like that's definitely like one of my faves. And like the food and the games.
Upcoming campus events can be